Let me tell you a story.
Hey Penners, how's it going? Today I'm going to do a bit of a different vlog. This is about how we use the Fenwicks cleaning stuff to clean our bikes. Not so much how to clean a bike, but it's how we use the products we've got and what we do use. Obviously very cold at the moment, been waiting most of the day for me hose pipe to thaw out, so I'm going to get to work here. I'm going to get onto the bike, I'm going to get onto the jet wash. I know that's a little bit controversial, but I use a jet wash. I'm here on my own. The Sony camera's died, so I've only got the GoPro. I'm going to strap it to my chest and I'm going to do the whole thing POV. Let me know what you think. Now these here bikes, look at that. We were out yesterday filming the Ian Trail Dog one and they're both filthy. I know, horrendous, leaving dirty bikes overnight, but the reason being I wanted to shoot this video today, so let's get them unlocked. Never leave the bikes overnight mucky if I can help it. But this is all for the cause of the vlog. And obviously, if you leave them overnight, they're harder to clean, which will show how well this Fenwicks stuff works, especially around the drivetrain. I mean, look at that chain. It's really bad. It's sacrilege leaving them like that. Look at the mech. First job. This is always my first job. Is to get the Fenwicks cleaner on. Obviously I keep it in this big tub. I don't want to mess about with little tubs. So I do a lot of riding and a lot of cleaning. So this is like, I use the concentrated cleaner because obviously I use a lot of it. You just literally get the bike so it's damp all over. I know some people say you pre-wash first and then use this, but well, you'll see how clean it'll come up in a bit. One little blast that way. I love that sound. So that's your basic cleaner, that's on, and you sort of leave that 5 minutes. While I'm leaving that, I'll set the jet wash up. Now, people moan about people using jet washers. I personally say they're only bad if you don't know how to use them. Okay, they blast the bearings too hard. Yeah, they do if you hold them right next to the bearings. Pull them further away from the bearings. It's simple. So that's on. Let's go and turn the tap on. Alright, so while that's soaking, you give it like at least 5 minutes. You know, it's not going to wreck any of the anodizing, but it needs to soak in a bit. This is what I do when the chain, I mean, it's not that bad. I never let it really get that bad. But when it's really manky, I'll get a bit of this foaming chain cleaner and Drivetrain Degreaser. So the foaming chain cleaner will get all your sort of regular bits of crap off. And then once it's on, give it a bit of a scrub. that. But then for any, you know, like that really mucky crud that you get from thick oil, Drivetrain Degreaser. And then you can use this again, or you can use this. You've got two types from Fenwicks, and obviously with the gold, you really want it to clean up well because it looks super bling. And that's really the only bits that I scrub. The rest of it, all sorted by the jet wash. So we've got the Drivetrain Degreaser, disc brake cleaner, multi-purpose lubricant back there, suspension spray lube, more multi-purpose wet weather chain lube, normal chain lube. This is the protection stuff. There's the concentrated. That'll do like a big 5 gallon tub. Some of these across the top, some I've never used. Anti-seize, never use that. Assembly grease, use that a lot. High-speed grease, hardly use that. Brake fluid, I haven't used them because we've got so much Shimano stuff. Carbon assembly paste, that's very handy. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff. Also we've got this here. This is my tub that I take to races. Hand cleaner, that's always handy. And then they do these smaller cans. Yeah, bits and pieces. Let's get back to the cleaning. Right, let's start cleaning this bike. Okay, so that's the upside down stuff done. And put it up, right way up. Get rid of the foam bits. Obviously the foam offers us like protection, all this stuff up here, so it's not touching the ground. Also, with it being a bit wider, the bike's not really got much chance of falling over. Our next job is just to sort of finish it off on the tops. Alright, she's done. Now, this is a good tip as well. A lot of these clamps, if you start moving the bike in the clamps, even if they've got a really good clamping jaw like these, this is a Park one, it can, if you've got Invisiframe on and then you move the bike like that, it can sort of twist the Invisiframe or whatever the wrap you're using. So I put this on, a little bit of cloth, nice soft stuff. Like so. And if it moves about now, it won't twist that Invisiframe. So let's just clean off this jet wash area while that drips off a bit. Right, sorted. This is a great touch. If you can ever get one of these, you know, I know a lot of people can't if you live in a flat or a little house or with your parents, but I always said I'd have one of these one day when I can. It makes drying the bike so much better. Right, so that's fairly clean now. Well, it's very clean, but obviously it hasn't got any lube on it. First job, always the same, always do the chain lube. I always use this stuff, I like this stuff. This is like the thicker stuff that will last a lot longer, especially if you're riding at places where you've got a lot of grit and crap that will, in the wet, where it will just sort of dry up your chain of oil. So give it a good coating. I sort of try and go from left to right so it kind of gets the links on both sides. Give it a good spin. And just for a bit of added protection so it's not dripping everywhere, just run it like that through a tissue. Just get rid of the excess. So that's the chain done. Obviously it's been blown out, so it is pretty dry, and any excess moisture will just disappear in this shed. Next job for me is to get this bit of tissue. This is something I've sort of done quite recently after having squeaky brakes. That's kind of near enough. Doesn't going to be perfect. So then I go for the multi-purpose lubricant. I do little moving bits, like you've got all these moving bits on your rear mech. So you've got one there, you've got one there, you've got that bit there, you know, and all around the jockey wheels. And it's just literally a little teeny spray. I'm not even pressing the nozzle down all the way. But this is something I do every time. This is obviously why I had squeaky brakes before, because the teeny bit's getting on the rotor. And then I always do a bit on my cleats if you're running cleat pedals. If I've got a rear suspension bike, I will put some around the linkage area just to stop any squeaks when it's going up and down on this adjuster here for the fork, just so it gets in, because you know sometimes they can even lock up. And that's about it with this stuff. That's about all I use it for. Then I go for what I always think is the important stuff. This is the protective coating. So this is the stuff that just puts like a bit of a film all over everything, and it just gives it protection from the mud and makes it easier to clean every time. These come in these teeny little bottles, and these last so long because it only sprays a little bit and it's all you need. And I've got the rags for certain jobs. So this rag, which is actually a Fenwicks microfiber, I use just for this, and it's about ready for a wash, to be honest. So this is me protection spray rag, and just give everything a bit of a wipe, tart it up nicely. That's the maintenance spray bit done. So that goes there to dry. Next job is a suspension lube. Now this is handy. Basically anything that moves up and down, like your forks or your shock if you've got it, and your dropper. I've got my own rag for this, so I'm not spraying it onto the bike because this really will mess the brakes up. So now this is the extra bit I've now been doing to the brakes to stop them squealing. First of all, disc brake cleaner. Spin the wheel, spray it right in the caliper like that. Same with the front. And get a little bit of emery cloth. And just literally give the rotors a bit of a roughing up. And then I've got a separate rag somewhere here. This is my brake rag. And I'll spray a bit of disc brake cleaner in the one spot. And then shot. And just literally go over that rotor with the wet bit and the dry bit. Same with the front. And then obviously once a month I'll go over it, do a bit of a bolt check, which I did the last time, so I'm not going to bother with that now. So that's pretty much done. Take it off the stand. And then we just run the suspension spray through, basically by putting the seat up and down, and then forks up and down a bit. And she's done, ready to rock and roll. As I say, you don't have to have the complete range of cleaning products. They're the ones we use the most of. Looks absolutely sparkling and clean now, this bike. Always looks fantastic after a clean, with the sort of neutral metallic colours and the gold, the blacks, the whites, the silvers. Love this bike. Love Fenwicks. So finally, just to say, as you've hopefully seen on the media, and maybe the keen-eyed ones have seen us wearing these in the vlogs, we now have the race tops. Obviously minus the ion bit, they're just a team issue for us guys, just to say we're sporting ion gear. And on the back, try and show you, hashtag keep it pinned. These things are now available to pre-order, so they're coming in at 28 quid posted. We have every size possible, from double XL down to little kids sizes and women's cuts, the lot. We can sort you out. The hats, these are 17 quid posted. These are available, we've got them in stock, give us a shout on them. And the live chats, next week we're going to be coming in on Thursday. That's Thursday night, 7 PM. That's myself and Todd, where we'll be announcing the competition winner for this month. Hope you like this vlog. Give us any of your opinions on how we do all this stuff with the Fenwicks. Thanks for watching. Keep it pinned.